Hey, what's up, guys? How are you? I guess recap on what's going on with me. Paddles, yeah, I pulled my leg off. I completely pulled it off. Can you be any more of an immature motherfucker? Bully? Can you? Paddles, can you? I mean, you're like blocked on my channel, so then you made a new name. Like, fuck you. Seriously. No, my leg didn't fall off. I actually just lit my fireplace and it's roaring. It looks really pretty. Let's see. More. Let's see. Settings. Camera. Back cam. Yeah, I ran out of Tito's. I'm burning the Tito's. Look at Jake. Jake loves the fireplace. No, I didn't run out of Tito's. Straight up, I didn't. My leg didn't fall off. It's hilarious. I make a post, and then everybody just lies about it. So, just so you know, let's throw this out there, Taylor Love channel, because you fucking, like, stream everything I say, right? My furniture is going to be moved out of the house this weekend, right? I have a permanent place for Jake. Permanent, right? Jake's going to be fine. I also have a place for Lola, temporarily, but she's going to be fine, too. Oh, Jim, get with the program. I don't drink Tito's anymore. I drink Burnett's. It tastes the same, and it's cheaper. See the hate? See the hate? I'm doing a live, and look at the hate. My leg fell off. I wish my fucking leg would fall off, but then again, I wouldn't be able to walk. I made a fire for Jake. There's, baby, it's cold outside. And Jake's laying in front of the fireplace. Good morning. Morning, Becky. Morning, Jenny. We're Janet, Pennsylvania. I'm doing great. I'm about to have to throw another log on the fire. Bloody Mary morning? I don't know. I mean, I have some, like, stuff to make Bloody Marys with. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, Jake is, being permanently placed in a phenomenal home. In a phenomenal home. So I don't have to worry about having to rehome him or oh shit, sorry, the log just fell, it scared me. Um, I don't have to worry about Jake. Jake's good. Jake is gonna be amazingly loved. And I've read some stuff like, oh Michelle, you already had a home for Jake. Freaking fabulous offer to take him. Yeah, she did, but were you drunk? Were you? Because it was hilarious when it came down to the like end, like to the bottom line on shipping Jake to you. You sent me an email and said, oh, I have to rescind my offer because Jake's not good with kids. I've always said Jake doesn't like little kids. Yes, Jake found a home. It's gonna be okay. Um, he's uh, he's gonna be very well loved and very much taken care of. And I'm moving all my furniture out of the house next weekend. I have court with ATN on Wednesday, which basically says I have to move out of the house, so I'm gonna do that. Um, and then I have a hearing to plead guilty or not guilty on the 18th. And oh no, I actually have some friends, some good friends that step forward and they're like, you need to get better. So I don't know if I'm gonna be in treatment or not after this weekend. I mean, like I said, my hearing with ATN is like I think Monday or Wednesday. I can't remember which one it is. But all of my furniture is going to be moved out of my home. Are you ever getting Jake back? Sorry, just coming in. I mean, I could. I could get Jake back if I wanted to. Uh, but he's going to a good home. I mean, yeah, I guess if I'm like, hey, I want Jake back. I don't know. I might get like custody or what do you call it? Visitation and get to bring Jake back. But he's going to be in a good place. Monday's tomorrow. Don't miss court. My court isn't until the 16th. So all of my stuff's going to be moved out like next weekend. All of it. And then have court like, I think either next Monday with ATN or when I don't know Wednesday with the other thing. Yeah, no, I go to court on the 16th and the 18th, and I've been putting off treatment. Literally, been putting off me going into treatment because of the dogs, and the dogs are handled. The dogs are 100% handled. They're going into good care, and I'm okay with that. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could take Jake back from where he's going because he's going to be so loved. And I can go visit him whenever I want. But Jake's got a good home. Lola has a good home, temporarily. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss court. Twisty, I know when it is. But Jake's good. Lola's good until I get out of detox. And you people keep saying she's not my service dog. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. And so I'm going into a long term sobriety home. And so when I do that, I'm assuming that I can get Lola back. I just can't bring her in a detox and treatment with me. But when I move into A sobriety house. Well, yeah, I mean, why couldn't Lola come with me? I mean, I've got paperwork on her. I've got letters from my neurologist saying that I need a service dog. I've got like so much paperwork on Lola. But I need to get myself right. I do. The social media shit killed me for 2.5 years, and all the lies that are made up. All the lies that are made up. Flavor's like, she's going to Superior Court with ATN, that's felony. She's going to Superior Court with her 3 misdemeanors and lying and saying they're felonies. You're a liar, Flavor. You're a liar. And I hope to God that you were finally exposed. You're on probation for 10 years, are you? Keep running your fucking mouth on YouTube. Keep running your fucking mouth on YouTube, right? Yeah, my divorce was filed in Superior Court. That's not a felony. Pull up my first decree of divorce. Do you have a place to go in between leaving your house and getting into the sobriety house? When I leave here, I'm going into treatment. Uh, leave Flavor alone. Tell Flavor to leave me alone, right? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. She's a stupid bitch. She's dishonest. She's lied about so much shit. She lied. She can't even come clean about her daughter's wreck. Like, literally. I own my shit. I straight up own my shit. She needs to change the, like, intro to her channel. It did. My divorce destroyed me. It did. And, I thought I was gonna make, like, a channel on YouTube, right? And, wow. How'd that turn out? It's good to hear the way you sound like you've expected this situation with Jake and Lola. I wish you the best. I had to make sure that they were taken care of. I just had to make sure that they were taken care of before I decided to help myself. I am that unselfish that I wanted to make sure that Jake and Lola were going to be okay first. I also have someone as a witness that can show proof that none of the repairs were done in the house and it wasn't my fault. I mean, I think I said it before. ATM said the guy was going to come deliver wood to the house, right? And I was like, okay. And I left the house for 5 minutes to go get a sandwich. And when I left my gate open, like, well, I didn't leave it open. It like was just open. The guy that had the wood just drove into my property. He didn't call me. He didn't do anything. He just drove in as I was driving out, and so my security gate was open. And then he dropped off all the wood, and then he disappeared for a month, for an entire month. Like there was just wood blocking my deck door and my side door. So hypothetically, if there was a fire, the only way out for me would be through my bedroom or the front door. Right? That's a fire hazard. And when he came back, he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I pulled out of your driveway, and Harris County cops are absolutely awful. They pulled me over and they searched my car and they found a meth pipe and they put me in jail for a month with no bond." Like the reasons why repairs weren't done on this house is because of the shitty people that the GP hired. The general contractor like came out one time and did like a estimate on what it was going to take to fix the house, but then he dropped the ball on everything else. And even when I called the company that he worked for after like 2 months of no work on this house, not my fault. They're like, "Oh, he had heart problems. He had to go in the hospital." Right? I mean, as sincere as I can. I'm being as sincere as I can. I have lost the ability to care for myself now. My mental health has taken over. It's taken over. And like I wanted to drop Mike a link so he could tell the truth. There were cops in my room. There were several cops in my room. And I think that Flavor got like a sheriff's office thing. Bitch, it was the Columbus Police Department. Why don't you do that? Why don't you get reports from the Columbus Police Department? Because it wasn't the sheriff's office, it was the Columbus Police Department. Now, I don't drink and drive anymore, right? I don't. And so, literally, at this point, I can't stay sober enough to handle this business to prove that Flavor's a liar. Oh, bomb. Get reports from the Columbus Police Department and not the sheriff's office on that day. Because my name will probably be redacted. But there were cops there. There were cops in my room. There wasn't something that came over the intercom saying the hospital was shut down because of a lockdown with a gunman. Maybe the fucking whole hospital got shut down because somebody called and complained. And Texas country girl, whoever the fuck you are, if you watch my live, the one I did in the hospital, when housekeeping came in, I said, "Hey, I'm on a live stream," and she's like, "I don't care. Go watch it live." So maybe her face was in the camera for a half a second when she was sweeping one part of my room, but I told her I was on live. I'm like, "Hey, I'm doing a live stream. I don't want to get your face in it." And she's like, "I don't care. Go watch that live." But people still want to try to attack me. Like, how many attacks did I get when I was in the hospital? 100%. Flavor called the hospital when I was on a ventilator. So no treatment and stents in leg failing. You're such a liar. That's not true, Paddles. That's not true, but I don't have to disclose all of my hospital documentation to you. Flava is brilliant. Flava is so uneducated that she can't even read fucking paragraphs and make it make sense. I do take responsibility for things I've said to people. I do. But read my chat right now. I'm attacked constantly. So why wouldn't I just have enough and go off on some of these bitches? Literally. I mean, read what you're posting. I'm not evil. I'm not evil. No. Am I vindictive? I can be vindictive. But read the shit that y'all are posting and you wonder why I go off on someone. You wonder why I go off on people. You have nothing nice to say about me. And this started as soon as my channel started. And Molly's like, you want to make a gold mine? Go after Michelle. And boom. Here came Amber from the fucking 90-day community. Here came Bot from the 90-day community. There came Penelope. Right? And I'm attacked constantly. So why the fuck wouldn't I go off on some of you bitches? Like, you have no life. Like, I read in a text that somebody said that they were, or in a chat that somebody said they were 400 pounds. Can't remember who that was. But I guarantee you, look what I've done at ATN. Huh, huh. Okay, okay. You know, actually, Flava saw the videos because I sent them to her. Yeah, you're a bunch of taint lickers. That's all you are. You're taint lickers. I don't provoke anything, Snowstorm. I defend myself. And hold on. I gotta get through another log on the fire. Give me a second. Get back, Jake. Get back. Get back. Get back. Good boy. Get back. Good boy. Sorry, it's cold in here and Jake wants to stay warm. You lay back down. I, uh, I don't know how much time Lola has on this earth. And, it's not that I'm not feeding her. The dogs are good, Bestie. The dogs are gonna be excellent. They're gonna be fine. Exactly. Right. Getting along with people is a great idea, but it's easier said than done. Have you seen the chat? Right? These haters, they have nothing better to do. It's Christmas. Go decorate your tree. Go shopping. Go do something. Go do something. But instead, you decide to be miserable and attack me. Yes, I find homes for both of them. Lola's coming back to me. Somebody's temporarily keeping Lola, but providing that she doesn't die, she's coming back to me when I go into a sober living facility because she is my service dog and I have paperwork on it, right? But yeah, so someone's like, I'll take Jake. I just can't afford to pay the transport, blah, 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 blah. And like Tragic and Beezer were like saying, I'm going to help with transport. And then I got an email from freaking Fabulous and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I can't take Jake. It's what, 9 a.m. and you're drunk? Nice. I'm not drunk, you dumb fuck. I literally just woke up. I decided to do an early morning live so people couldn't accuse me of being drunk. Who will pay the vet bills? Both people have agreed to do so. And then I've read, thank you, Twisty, it's true. Both people have agreed to cover the vet bills. And then I also read, well, thank you, Bestie, because I just woke up. Of course I'm not drunk. Um, I also read somewhere that they're like, she's just gonna have free room and board. And paddles, I've already had the testing done. I rarely log on anymore. Yeah, there's like barely a pulse in my foot, in my right foot. Thank you, Elaine. Yeah, there's like barely any pulse in my foot, which means that my right stem is failing. I have no reason to lie. Like, it hurts so bad to walk. Like, I went to the grocery store the other day, and I was almost thinking about getting on one of those carts, and I'm like, I can't do that. And so I just limped and held onto the friggin' like railing or the handle of the shopping cart while I was walking through the store. I mean, I don't log on. Like, how would you know about my health? I yeah, like I can't walk. I thought it was sciatica, right? And you're like, oh, but she got on roofs. Oh, she did this, she did that. Bruh, when I was on roofs, I was sidestepping like a baby with my cougar paws on because my right leg wasn't working then. And my doctor called in gabapentin for like nerve damage, and I'm taking it, but it doesn't seem to be helping. I believe when I just filled my script that he got my dose. I don't know. I picked it up Friday, but I'm sick of this. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Right? I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Chain smoking doesn't help with that. Yeah, let's talk about that. People say I smoke 3 packs of cigarettes a day. The fuck I do. When I'm stressed, I smoke like a pack and a half. But everything's doubled. Everything. Gabapentin makes me sleepy. It does make me sleepy. I don't know why. It does. Like the gabapentin makes me sleepy. But I just want to let you know that everything is going to be moved out of this house next weekend. Right? I found a phenomenal home for Jake, and I have somebody that's going to keep Lola temporarily until I get put in a sober living facility. And when I spoke to that person, I'm like, I hope she lives that long. She's sick. She is sick. She is dying. And she's sick. I mean, I can't even fucking get her to eat. Like she'll go like days without eating, so I have to go buy wet food. And then I ordered this stuff called Tempo or these home cooked meals, and they suck so bad. I was mixing that in with her food, but she's just like licking the wet dog food out, and she's not eating her kibbles. And it's not her teeth. I've checked her teeth. Her teeth are fine. I've opened her mouth. I've looked at her teeth. I've pressed on her teeth, and she hasn't pulled away from me. She's dying, and it fucking sucks. It sucks, and I'm scared when I go away that she's not gonna make it through there. Like, so they have my insurance where I'm going. I've already gone through triage, and they're waiting for me to go. They're like, "You can come today, Michelle," and I'm like, "I can't. I have responsibilities. I have to take care of before then." The vet didn't check her teeth. You did. The vet did like a full fucking like everything on Lola. But I hear people saying, "Oh, her teeth must be bad. That's why she's not eating." She's fine. She's fine. She's just getting sick. She's like 9. She's fucking dying, and she has cancer. Why? I mean, big dogs normally don't even last past 7. Jake's 7. Jake's 7. Lola's 9. She's getting old. She's starting to lose weight, and it's not that I'm not feeding her because trust me, I've been buying canned food to feed her, mixed with her kibbles. Why aren't they? Hold on. Why are they urgently not fixing your stent? That is an emergency. I still have a low pulse in my foot, or some chicken and cooked rice. If you have mashed potatoes and pumpkin, it'll help her. I've been giving her pumpkin. I've been giving her pumpkin. I've been giving her Purina One wet food in her kibbles. I mean, I can boil chicken and cook rice, but like, I have been feeding her pumpkin. I don't know, it's like 2.25 a can, 2.19 a can. But yeah, she's getting pumpkin in her food too. She just she just doesn't want to eat anymore. It sucks. And I'm just trying to get her as much food in her body as I can, right? Because at least if she's eating, then she's okay. Thank you, bestie. Thank you, gymnast. When she getting pumpkin, like she gets half a can of pumpkin with her food too. It's like she just doesn't. Michelle, whether that is true or not, don't put that in the atmosphere about Lola. Dude, I love this dog. I don't know what I'm gonna do when she passes. Everybody said I was lying about her being a service dog. Bull fucking shit. Like I traveled by myself a lot, and Lola was with me, right? And like the handle on our harness, like she walked me upstairs that I had to go to, like in airports if a escalator was down. And when I had to get down steps, she paused as I was holding her handle so that I could make it down the steps. She's like the most amazing dog on the face of the earth. And she was a lifesaver to me when I had my stroke. I love Lola more than I love people. I love Jake too. Jake is a good boy. Jake is such a good boy. I mean, and I found a good home for Jake, right? So I'm settled. Both dogs are going to be taken care of. The furniture is being moved out of my house next weekend. And I'm ready to go to rehab. But I had to handle adult things because you say I don't adult. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I may go into treatment like on Monday. I don't know. My court date is waiting, and I have to look up the 16th. Must be a bland diet, chicken and rice. Okay. Well, if you just give chicken and rice, it doesn't give her the nutritional value that she needs. Yeah, gymnast. Dogs are much better than people. Lola has given me quality of life. I'm not going to get kicked out of rehab. I'm not going to get kicked out of rehab. Like, I went to this public health facility, the Bradley Center, that just takes everybody in, right? And I never got, I could have gone back to rehab. I didn't get kicked out. I could have gone back. When I got out of the hospital, I could have gone back. It was my choice not to go back because of litigation. Like, literally. Like, I could have gone back. I didn't get kicked out of rehab. And then I hear people saying that, like, I'm not allowed back at the hospital. Why? Why wouldn't I be allowed back at the hospital? I was discharged. My babysitter, because I was on like a 10-15, and I had to have somebody with me constantly in my room. And she walked me out with the charge nurse to Mike's truck. Bestie, her food is lemon rice, like Purina One, the kibbles. And I've just bought cans of the same thing, and I'm mixing it with her food. Um, Regardless, I know where she's going. She's gonna be fine. She's gonna be fine. And Jake is going to a great home as well. And I'm doing responsible things. I'm getting everything out of the house. The dogs have places to stay, right? And and then I'm going to get myself well. I wish I could stay sober enough to like drive all the way to Columbus, go to the Columbus Police Department, pull the record, go to St. Francis and get a letter from the supervisor of the hospital saying that yes, there were like four, one, two, three, I think there were five cops in my room. Um, Thank you, gymnast. Thank you. Seriously, thank you. Um, Lola is stressing me out because she's sick, right? No, they did not go to every room. No, Penny, they did not. They did not. And you guys are calling Mike a liar. He's not lying. They didn't go to every room. I was questioned. I was questioned because it was said that I was going to shoot the hospital up. Why do you think the cops like watched my 26-minute live? And they were like, okay, you definitely didn't say that on your live. No, they didn't go to every room. And if the hospital was shut down, it's probably because somebody called in a fucking threat on me. No, Penny, they did not. They were in my room for about, fuck, I don't know, an hour and a half. No, I'm telling you. No, they were in my room for like, I don't know, an hour and a half. Because they watched a 26-minute video of my live to see that I didn't say on my live I was going to shoot up the parking lot. I understand that, Bestie, but everybody's saying I'm lying, and then everybody threw Mike under a bus for telling the truth. I mean, yeah, they had to be in my room for like an hour, and they were all nice. Did not? Did they not say this phone call came from your room? No, no, they did not say that. That's rumors. That's rumors. KP's just a liar. She lies about everything. KP lies about everything. KP said the call was traced back to me. Okay, well the cops had my fucking phone. They went through my phone. They went through my call log. They went through everything. Everything. And no, they didn't go to every room. Like they were in my room for like at least an hour. At least an hour. Because they watched, I did a 26-minute, 26.30 something minute. Why did I befriend KP? Because she's a liar. Yeah, it was a very dumb move. It was a very dumb move. KP called me and she's like, Michelle, I'm so sorry. Blah, 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 blah. I didn't mean to say this. I've never met the woman in my life, ever, in real life, ever. Do you not remember that lie that she told? When she said she met me at a bar and I was by myself? Dude, I was married. 18 and I never went out without each other, ever. And she was like, oh, yeah, she had jeans on and a black shirt and black tennis shoes. Fucking all of my shirts are black. All of them. Most of them are concert shirts. I mean, I don't even want to get into it with KP. KP is the one that actually talked me out of moving in with Mike. And I've got the text messages to prove that. She's like, don't move in with him. The message about your phone was sent to you. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I get random text messages all the time. All the time. I agree, gymnast, but she was being sweet and she's like, don't move in with Mike. Don't do that. You can rent a house. Like, about my son. Yeah, I got a text message about my son. I got a random text message last night at like 2 o'clock in the morning that said, hi, phone number I don't know either. Mike was being possessive of me. But in all honesty, he probably should have been because Mike was just trying to take care of me and protect me. I didn't text myself that shit. Have you ever heard of being spoofed? KP faked, right, fake text before with Michelle. Charlotte on the web is the one that was actually saying that my foot was like purple and stuff. Like, I don't care if you don't believe me. Do you understand? I don't care. I I don't fucking care. I not going to get facts from JJJ. You don't think that my number can be spoofed? Because it can. It can. It's like a new thing. Spoof numbers. I am getting real with myself. What part of all my shit's gonna be moved out of the house by next weekend, and the dogs have great places to stay? I did not lie about my son. And I tell you what, here's proof that I did not lie about my son, right? How funny that Amber had him on panel immediately. She had him on a panel immediately. And I will say it over and over. Joseph is addicted to heroin. And he's like, oh, yeah, I relapsed when I first went back to New Orleans. Like, you weren't supposed to go back to New Orleans because of the bad influences, stupid. You were like in Gonzales to be away from those people. But what did you do? You quit your job, you left rehab, and you went back to New Orleans, a place that you said you were never, ever going to go back. You said you were never going back to New Orleans, Joseph. Just keep it real. I've got text messages to prove it to the judge. Bestie, my son is addicted to heroin. You do understand that I was like freaking out because he was doing 10 to 99. And I was like, I'll never, you kept the lie. I'm not keeping a lie going. Everything I said is the truth. I was like floored when he was looking at 10 to 99 years in jail, right? For pistol whipping that person. And the only reason why he got off is because the ADA was going through medical problems and the public defender's like, he had a right to a speedy trial and he didn't get it. And the judge is like, and the judge was like, no, you have to be ready today or you're ready to go to court. And the ADA said no. So they released him. But he had a hold on him in Ascension Parish, right? For forgery. I think he cashed like a $5,000 check from a company with a stolen check. And he was looking at like 20 years. But what they did is they gave him another chance. He's awesome. Joseph is amazing. Joseph was my best friend growing up. Literally. He was my best friend growing up. He changed around like 13 or 14. Joseph didn't contact Amber 5 hours after my live. That's not true. You're saying it's disgusting? Okay, what I'm going to tell you is I called Ascension Parish. I talked to the ADA and I'm like, give him a chance. He's been sober for a while. And so instead of them giving him 10 years hard labor, they gave him 3 years probation. Well, he made it a year. He made it 1 year. And he didn't like the rules, and he didn't like this, and he didn't like that. Lula's laying in front of the fire now. My baby girl. So when he's picked up, he's doing 10 years hard labor. Like, what do you not understand about that? You're saying you can't talk about my kids like this on the internet. Just keep it real. They fucking tried, they zoomed his court case. I didn't do that. Hard labor is no longer a thing. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, maybe you want to call Ascension Parish and check out what they said he's doing. Now, you brought him up. Y'all brought my kid up. He was doing good. He was in like a Christian place and he had it all made. Everything was made for him. A violation of his privacy? He didn't have any privacy when somebody fucking streamed his court hearing. Was it Amber? Was it Bot? I don't remember. I don't remember. But somebody streamed his fucking live hearing. Joseph is not a good person. Joseph did some bad shit. Why can't I be honest about that? Oh, I can't be honest about it, but you can stream his court hearings through Zoom. Yeah, blah, 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 right? I'm changing the subject. Because seriously, Joseph's fucking dead to me. He will never get better. He will never get better. He wasn't in prison, Snow. He was in Orleans Parish prison. Like, it's OPP. It's a public jail. And let's talk about how fucked up that was. I put my son on live, and how many people called the hospital or the jail and got it locked down? I didn't do that. My son got his ass whipped for like 2 or 3 weeks every fucking day. You killed him 2 weeks ago, bitch, mother of the year. No, no, it wasn't 2 weeks ago. I haven't had contact with him since he left his sober living facility. Exactly. Thank you, Twisty. Yeah, people were sending him cash apps to support his addiction. So, keep sending him cash apps because if he dies of an overdose, well then that's on you, and your blood is on his blood is on your hands. Carly, after a while, you have to give up. After like 10 or 12 years of bullshit and manipulation and lies, and the only reason why he calls me is when he has overdosed. He's been shot. Subject change. Is Mike helping you move this weekend? No comment. Well, Joseph made up lies and said I pulled his fingernails and toenails out, all of them when he was 12, and put him on the side of the road in Slidell, right? And made him walk back to Diamond Head. He is still carrying that lie to make people feel sorry for him. You shouldn't know anything about my son. You shouldn't known anything about my daughter. But I see what you can't. Fucking found her information. And Flava made up a fake channel, the Tim Tremble channel, right? And said my son hated my guts. And then made up a fake name of Naomi. You know everything about me. Because people dig and dig and dig and dig and dig. I mean, Amber had my ex-husband, who was addicted to meth when I divorced him, on her panel insinuating that I killed my kid. I'm not going to die alone. And I didn't give up on my children. I was actually talking to my daughter. Talking to my daughter in like August. And when I started my channel and I see what you can't found her, they sent her messages saying, you used her name as an escort. Nobody would have known about that. I never used my real name ever. I was paid in cash and I had an incognito name. Oh, it's not everybody else's fault. I'm not lying to the courts. Really? Well, my mom said that I was dead to her. So I guess I didn't have a real mom either. Because I'm dead to my mother and I didn't do shit to her. Matter of fact, I think on my free time, I'm going to write like a book. You use your escort pictures on. No, I did not use my escort pictures on YouTube. I did not. I had a black and white picture of my back on my Facebook page. Amber is the one that showed pictures of me naked. Amber's the one that brought that to YouTube. I didn't use my escort pictures on YouTube. Are you crazy? You know what? I don't care if you say the judge isn't going to believe that. It's the truth. I have so many text messages in my phone from people just lying from random numbers. My mother threw me out the house at 17. I don't even know what the fight was about. I didn't do anything wrong. I'd never been in trouble with the law. But I was dating a 19-year-old jockey, and he was making a lot of money. And the only thing that my biological father ever did for me was give me a car. No, no, people make up lies. So apparently, I put my three kids in a closet with doused them with gasoline and threatened to light a match. Bullshit. Bullshit. I made a lot of mistakes in life. I made a lot of mistakes in life. But people have lied and said I doused my kids with gasoline. Taylor was with Bruce that weekend. Timmy was home sleeping in his bed. Jay was there. And we were supposed to go to the football field the next day because Timmy didn't want to play safety anymore, right? And Joseph was in my mother's custody. Yet there's rumors going around saying I doused my kids in gasoline and decided that I was going to set them on fire. I mean, that's a complete lie. That's a complete lie. Show receipts. Joseph was out of my care for like 10 days. Timmy was at home sleeping, and Taylor was at her dad's when all that shit happened. When my mother lied because I wanted to send my son to reform school because he needed it. And you know what? If Joseph would have gone to that boot camp, maybe he wouldn't be fucking addicted to heroin right now. Maybe he would have done better with his life. Sorry, I'm putting another log on the fire. Hang on. I'm not reading chat. I'm blowing. Oh, I'm blowing. Who? I'm blowing. I don't have one of those air things that you can just like put in the fireplace and hang on. Trying to get the other log light. Hold on. Well, thank Girl Scouts for that. I can light a fire without fire starters. Where's my fault been? I've been very ugly to people. So, my therapist actually said that when my biological father essayed me, that I stopped growing mentally because of the trauma. And I worked through it, and I was like 30, and then Jonathan died. And I'm not processed any of this shit. When I say I'm over it, I'm not over my son's death. I just blocked it out. I just blocked it out. And I've done things just to numb myself. You people say I'm addicted to Xanax. The fuck I am. The fuck I am. My mother will never learn. How do you know exactly which weekend that supposedly happened? That you know exactly where the kids were? Jay was there. Jay was there. Joseph was out of the house. Bruce had Taylor for the weekend, right? And Jay was there. The last memory I have of Timmy is him taking a bath, washing his hair, jumping over the back of the recliner, and giving me a hug, and his hair went up my nose. I'm like, dude, you need a haircut. That is the last memory I have of Timmy. I haven't learned coping skills. What went down? I bet because I know where my kids were. I know where my kids were. I wasn't doing anything wrong. Like Jay and I were taking Timmy to the football field because he wanted to be a wide receiver, not a safety, the next fucking morning. What went down to me? Remember where my children were. I mean, it's these stupid bullshit rumors that you make up. Shit won't fucking paper that I doused my kids with gasoline. I'm not the one that has like a record for abusing my children. I will never be good with my mother. I will never be good with my mother. I think she resented me because she got pregnant when she was like, I don't know, 18, 19. I was born when she was 20. And my little sister was born like, I don't know, 13 months later. And she left my dad when I was 3, my biological father, because he beat the fuck out of her. My earliest childhood memory is being in my room, standing on a little gate, like the little child gates, and watching my biological father fucking throw a plate of spaghetti at my mother, hit the wall, and broke it. And then he grabbed her by the hair and said, clean it up. And the only thing my mom said to him, and I remember this, I was 3 years old. That's my earliest childhood memory. She like served him dinner and he was bullshitting and he told my mom to go heat his food up and she's like, no, I'm not heating your food up. And that is my earliest childhood memory. If I doused my kids in gasoline and threatened to light them on fire, I would have been arrested. And Flavor read out like all these police reports. Missy Williams or something like she read all this shit out and it's not even me. It's not even my real name. Thank you, Elaine. What 51 says my guts all the time? It's not kindergarten. It's a fucking phrase. Hates my guts. It's a phrase. Kindergartners don't say that. Paddles, I'm gonna pray for you. I hope that you have a good Christmas. I hope that your family likes you. I hope you fucking get laid. Because something is fucking wrong with you. Something is fucking wrong with you, Paddles. For you to bully me all the time, something is wrong with you. Were you not hugged enough by your daddy? Do you have mommy issues? Do you have daddy issues? Because apparently you got some kind of issues. Because if you didn't like me, you just wouldn't log on. Well, just keep it real. I'm happy that you took your mom back into my life. I'll never do that. She's done some horrible things to me. Enough of all the excuses and this person or that person's fault. Oh, okay. It was my fault that I was molested as a child. It was my fault that at 9 years old I lost my virginity to my dad, and it went on until I was 14, right? And I finally had the guts to call my mom and tell her, and she told me I was lying, and she put me in a mental hospital for 14 days. Literally, I came clean and said, "Mom, Dad is fucking me." But child support was more important to her because he was paying child support, right? You guys don't know anything of fucking about me. You just make up lies. You just make up lies. You don't know anything about me. I was 9 years old when my biological father fucked me. I'm not saying anything vile. I haven't said anything vile to anybody except Flavor, and Flavor deserves it. I've apologized for being vile and mean, and I haven't been. I haven't been. I haven't been vile. I haven't been mean. I haven't doxed. I haven't done shit in like over a fucking year, except go after Flavor. You're right. I gotta let go. I mean, I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Duh. It's from childhood trauma. And everybody's like, oh, she heard Molly talk about BPD and then she's BPD. The fuck? You dox me for no reason whatsoever. Just keep it real. You play the ugliest clips of me. So what reason is that? Because according to Flava, she doxed Mike because I said something ugly to her. Yeah, she doxed his address. She doxed his name. I'm like, I don't know. I heard rumors through YouTube about a year and a half ago that she's got cancer. Like, I don't care. I think um I think there's gonna be a relief comes over me when she dies. I know that sounds horrible, but I think like I may be at peace with my life when she passes away. Just keep it real. You don't play my words. You fucking twist my words. Stop fucking lying. Maria, Thor. Oh shit, I said your name again. I laughed at one of your clips because it was funny. Tater Sack started texting me and messaging me right before I started my channel. You know, I'm sorry for saying that word. I don't know if I told the story about this girl. I mean, I guess you can fucking. I'm not gonna give her last name because I don't want you to. But her name was Monique, right? I don't know if I told this story. But my grandmother grew up very racist. I mean, it was during segregation. My grandmother actually had like people in her garage making up signs not to mix like people, right? And I didn't. I mean, I knew it, but I didn't know it, and it didn't kind of click in. You have doxed yourself. Just keep it real. You've doxed yourself. You know, but I was in second grade, right? At a school called St. Peter's in Covington, because I went to Folsom when I was like 4 or 5, right? And my grandmother decided because our house was huge. It was like I don't know, like fucking 10,000 square feet. And I'm not exaggerating. And my grandpa gave my grandmother everything she wanted, and she used to watch that TV show, Dallas, and she wanted that house. And actually, Dallas is actually in Plano, Texas, where they like did it. But my grandfather got the plans for that house. It was like one, two, three. It was a 4 bedroom, 3 bath house, and it was like 10,000 square feet, right? And so my grandmother invited everybody over for a slumber party in my class, and I lived like I don't know an hour from Covington, and sent invitations to the teacher to give to all the students. Well, there's one black girl in my class, and she was my friend. Like we were friends. I played with her on the playground, you know, blah 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 blah. And there were no beepers, and there were no cell phones back in that day. And her mom dropped her off, and my grandmother said, "Ain't no fucking way a jigaboo is gonna sleep on my pillows, right?" And I didn't understand because she was my friend. And she's like, "Call your mother right now and have her pick you up." Well, that was like an hour and 10 minute drive one way, and it was probably 15 minutes after her mom left when my grandmother did that to Monique. And I was so ashamed and I didn't understand. And I cried. I was like, what? Like, and so as soon as her mom got home, she had to turn around and do another hour and 15-minute drive to pick her daughter up and drive back home because my grandmother was a fucking cunt. And at that time, I agree. It's a shame. A child is a child. She's my friend. We believe kind of how ATN's mom's house is $1 million mansion, that bitch. You should get appraisal on that house. I didn't say it's a mansion. She lives uptown. She lives in the Garden District and she lives 2 doors down from Yeoman baseball field. That's what I'm trying to say, bestie. I don't use that word. Matter of fact, Joseph was about 7 or 8 years old, and he came home and he said the N word, right? And I slapped the living piss out of him. Call it child abuse, whatever. I was like, that word is not used in this house. I literally slapped the piss out of Joseph for saying the N word. Is Glam in here? The fuck are you doing in here? She doesn't live in a mansion. She lives in a 3-story house uptown in the Garden District, and yeah, her house is probably appraised at $1 million. Because the week that ATM left me, and he didn't tell me, he sold the house for $686,000 cash. Right? Her house is not worth 275. You're insane. Florida, I don't think you have the right address. I literally don't think you have the right address. Because I guarantee you, her house appraises for more than mine. And when ATN got the appraisal back, I'm like, how much did it come back for? And he's like, get your own appraisal. And I was like, ATN, he's like a little bit under 4. I don't say the N word over and over. No, no, bestie. I call Flavor that. Could buy a bag and put over your wrinkled little mug. Thank you, toys. Thank you, Toys. Look it up. We did. Are you? Her house is worth way more than 275, dumbasses. And then again, yeah, he said right under 400. Just keep it real. That's what the appraisal came back. I don't know, 375. I don't know. He said right under 400. Hey, Glam, I like press on nails. I've got some. Flava is the N word. She's the epitome of the N word. She's a ghetto hood trash piece of shit. I guess next week you won't be able to claim anyone's else of yours anymore. That's true, bestie. Yeah, some people have press on hairs, like Flava. Flava's bald with her little comb over. It could mean 275 to over 300K. He said it came in right under 400. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, the appraiser saw the inside of my house. 100%. 100%. Like, y'all see me, like, knock an ashtray over. Yeah, insult her hair, Michelle. You can do that, but don't say the N word. I'm not. Flava is not beautiful. Flava looks like a fucking linebacker. Like, the Saints need some help next year. Flava ought to try it for the team. Did you not see how fucking fat she is? Did y'all not watch the 4th of July thing that she did before the fireworks exploded and a reflection in the car? Flava is a fat pig. She's a fucking fat pig. So, okay, I won't say the N word anymore. I'm gonna say that you're a ghetto hood rat and that you're a fucking pig. That you look like a linebacker. Literally. Like maybe you and Molly, which Molly's lost weight, but maybe you and Molly can like sign up for the Saints as walk-ons. I'm not balding. I've always had a receding hairline. I've always had a receding. It's a widow's peak. I didn't embed anything in the flooring. It was hardwood floors, and when I ended my life, I swept it up. I mean, I keep my ashtray on my end table, and I would knock it over. Why do you always talk about weight? Because of my mother. Because of my mother. If I got to about 120 pounds, she told me I was fat. She told me I was fat. My hair was too straight. It was too curly. I was too fat. I was too skinny. My, I had too much makeup on. I didn't have enough makeup on. Like, period. Like, period. I've never been good enough to her, ever. Be a daughter growing up with that. How did that make me feel? Horrible. Horrible. She's done everything we saw the inside of your house when you showed the fire. I don't think it should